السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. كيفكم شباب وصبايا؟ شو أخباركم؟ طمنونا عنكم. اليوم المباراة الثانية لفريق تويستد مايند، بس هالمرة راح يلعب مع فريق مويست في بطولة العالم لروكيت ليج. طبعا انتبهوا لشغلة مهمة، إنه الفايز من هاي المباراة راح يلعب مع الفايز من فريق فالكونز وكرو، يعني في احتمال وارد إنه تويستد مايند يلعب مع فالكونز في المباراة القادمة. فلا تنسوا تضغطوا لنا على لايك وسبسكرايب، خلي عائلتنا تكبر، وتابعوا المباراة لأنه كثير رهيبة وكثير جميلة. وانجوي يا شباب.
Minds versus Moist begins now.
So 1 year on since their greatest pain, Moist Esports taking back to the field, looking to try and grab themselves the World Championship. However, Moist versus Mina is becoming a little bit of a storied rivalry here, Johnny.
Yeah, it started off well for Moist and now more recently, not so well. This is the third head of that Mina trifecta. Twisted Minds take to the field against them. Falcons and Rule 1 have both played against Moist with different rosters over the past calendar year. Of course, Rule 1 more recently.
This is the player that was here last year for Moist Esports. Everyone else left. He was the one that was loyal. Brought in cash. Brought in this man right here. Juicy puts Moist up 1-0.
I love the shot placement here from Juicy to start things off. Early on, Cash faking the double tap. Juicy was clearly ready for that, and he predicted the pre-jumping Twisted Minds players. Just shoots it low. That's really going to keep Twisted Minds honest with their next saves.
Definitely forgive the pre-jump. Usually everyone's trying to aim top corners. Why not try and get there as quickly as possible? But now it's their turn. SMW goes backboard off the demo. That's a great position to find yourself in. And Venom was never going to miss.
That was a beautiful backcourt demo there. Senzo able to flip right into Cash. Juicy with a bit of a mistake there. Needed to stop SMW's assist before it drops down in front of the net. Twisted Minds fire back almost immediately.
Oh, certainly no feeling out process here. 1-1. And Venom actually plays it around Juicy. I like that. Decided to not make it too easy to read for the dunk, and now is their opportunity. Juicy up. Plays to the far side where Joyo awaits. Does have Cash to aim for. Goes up early. That's a double play, and I don't know if they meant it, but now they've got to try and work from it, and instead they've realized play's not really worth it anymore.
You can already see just from the movement of the Twisted Minds players that this is a new team to any of you guys who didn't catch them yesterday on the B stream. They are a very fast team, as the desk have already let you know. It's in field, it's defended well. Joyo covering that one, but look how quickly SMW advances. He's going to leave that one for Venom, and where's Senzo now? He's got boost, but he's beaten to the ball by Joyo.
Still a good position though. SMW leaves it. Juicy goes to meet him. Players all around. And now Cash feels like he's got a little bit of time. Twisted Minds decide to back away for the time being. Crushing challenge though there from Senzo. As Team Secret 2-0 up against the Gaming Gladiators. No result that will come as too much of a shock to this point. Twisted Minds have kept possession well here. Venom now finally forced to trek back. I'm looking forward to seeing who backs down first on the pace game, because both of these teams so happy to pre-jump in order to be the faster of the two teams. Are we going to hit a tipping point where now you're just putting yourself out of position?
I feel like we're not. I think both teams are just going to keep going fast. Now, what? Recovery by SMW. That was not an easy save to predict. He makes it happen. Almost at the point of the shot being taken. Now, I think Twisted Minds' easiest adaptation is going to be 50-50s. Cash double tap. Oh, he nails it. There's no one there to challenge him. Boost really a problem there for Twisted Minds as Cash remained uncontested on the backboard.
Yeah, at the moment you see the ball off the backboard and Cash is waiting, it's a guaranteed goal. And Moist Esports, 2-1, got their lead back. Cash has been one of the most interesting stories of the season. Started off over on Quadrant, was picked away to try and aid Moist Esports. Now Joyo, he's backboard, he's all by himself.
Wow.
Senzo could not have placed it better.
Oh, once again, it's an immediate response from Twisted Minds. SMW with a very selfless pass to the backboard. Joyo's got to worry about a double tap there. He's also probably worried about an air dribble bump. He didn't pick correctly. It's actually just a backboard pass, and they have slotted it well.
Most entertaining starts we could have had. No way of telling yet who's managed to take the advantage here. I do feel like Twisted Minds have seen more of the ball. They've had more opportunities, but Moist Esports have scored off both of their treks to the orange side of the field. Joyo looking to try and go over the top. It's being kept relatively quiet here. He's still under 100 points. Maybe able to do something about that now. Looking for the redirect. Not too far up, and now Cash moves in. And even if you don't make contact, Twisted Minds have got to respect the fact that Joyo can hit that.
If that's something that they've already stored off this game, you've got to respect the redirect on those tight angle rebounds. Senzo just did a test Juicy's awareness there. Juicy with a great save and a nice recovery as well to take the ball all the way down the other end of the field. So far it's been about Twisted Minds covering both Moist options, whether it's the solo play or the fake. Twisted Minds, meanwhile, are just trying to brute force this one, pace and challenges.
I do feel like right now this style of play does suit Twisted Minds so much. Now they've got everyone jumping so early, it's that good old known there from Mina of the low challenges, and they've found so much success on transitioning the opposite side of the field just by low challenging. We already know they've got the mechanics that they need them. As Venom, he's gonna have to
look at
track
that.
back. Oh, what a touch.
Oh,
was actually waiting for it. That's a little bit too much of himself. SMW's turn. Goes up. Cash meets him. Venom now against Joyo. Joyo does well. Juicy, Senzo off the backboard. Who's there first? And it was Moist. Couldn't quite turn it in.
Yes, Senzo just fell down and saved that one. They've got to do it again here. Cash a bit too close to get a shot off. And that was a couple of great chances for Moist. Back to back to back. Another sidewall redirect faked. And now comes Joyo. And it's saved on the goal line again. Follow up is there though. Cash makes it 3-2. How about this from Moist? The pressure eventually gets them a goal.
That sidewall redirect is such a weapon at the moment for Moist Esports, because every single time Twisted Minds are there, they have to time their positioning on the backboard for when that shot will be coming in. The moment it doesn't happen, you have to stop the car. You're in such a rough spot.
Yeah, such an effective mind game as they pick up 2 goals. One immediately, one after a slight delay, both from fake redirect rebounds of different walls. One of them was a back corner wall, the other one is a side wall. Have Twisted Minds picked up on that? Do they need to? Senzo with the air dribble, he goes all the way. What a solo play by Senzo, it's 3-3.
Well, Twisted Minds refuse to go away. 3 each every single time Moist Esports think they've got to lead. Twisted Minds bounce right back. 24 seconds left though. Twisted Minds need to be the ones to punch the hole first.
Yeah, they've yet to be in front. There's 3 different Moist leads. I think a good kickoff here. Joyo's got all the boost to play with. Flip reset, secured. Second one, not quite able to do much with it. Venom looking for the immediate shot down the middle of the pitch, and Juicy had to be aware of that.
He's claimed to the 100 boost. Has to do well with it, and he's got 3 players dancing to his tune. Last opportunity, what an early jump from Venom. He's having none of it. We go to overtime.
It's all Moist mind games against the Twisted Minds so far. But those infield passes, whether they're deceptive or not, have to be played carefully. If Twisted Minds have picked up on the fact that Moist are faking a lot of those double taps, then they can intercept them early, maybe get a counter-attack goal. Seen many attempted by Moist in game 1.
SMW waiting, drops it, down to Senzo, pops the ball back to the air again. Maybe a little bit too easy there for Moist Esports, but maybe they just wanted the territory. They claim to a couple of 100 boost. Joyo waits for it, puts the shot on target, easily collected by Twisted Minds.
SMW playing right into Cash's hands though. And it looks like Cash's double tap. It's not go the way that he meant it to. Joyo gets bulldozed, and now that's into the middle. Juicy does well again, but the clear is not something to write home about. More work to be done for Moist. A boost is in a good position for them. Both teams actually managing very well right now.
SMW with Venom trying to bump Juicy, and instead, this will be a goal! Joyo lays claim! Moist Esports with their 4th lead, finally get the game win.
Oh yeah, it looks like Venom was calling bump on the goalie there. That's what made the 3rd man of Twisted Minds move in, but no bump.
So if they can just rely on that a little bit more, Moist Esports, who wants to play as quick as possible, can continue to get caught out, but now we're off the kickoff. Cash reset. Oh, that was almost so good.
Yeah, SFW was ready to turn and shadow that one. And it's right back into the middle from Juicy's play. Juicy, really for me, the player to watch on Moist, because you know that Joyo and Cash can show up in the big moments, but Juicy took a bit longer to warm up in Boston. Now he's definitely started strong against a very strong Twisted Minds roster who are impressing everybody with their performances so far this weekend.
Juicy trying to get rid of it. Crucially gets a second challenge. That's all you ever want, really, when you're trying to get the ball out your side of the field. Just at least trade 1 for 1. If you can get 1 for 2, fantastic. As SMW to the opposite side of the field. Stenzo takes control, goes up. Juicy immediately meets him yet again. Juicy is not putting a foot wrong defensively.
Yeah, nice little side view here of the tense back and forth. A bit more of a reserved start to the game than game one. No goals in the first minute, but this could be one. Joyo into the middle is defended by Twisted Minds. That was Juicy on the end of it. Counter-attacks have not really been too easy against Moist. Keeping a third man in disciplined positions for the most part. Twisted Minds scoring most of their goals. Actually, I think all their goals just by continuing to attack quickly with solo plays, quick plays, like you said, those low 50s. They should be something that they go towards, especially against Moist, who are not really known for the play. That's the key demo by Venom. Respect being shown to Joyo there. Senzo had a recovery plan. Another tough read for Moist. In fact, they've almost missed that one. Senzo with a chance. Low 50 is there, and it's wide open. We were talking about it, and Moist have fallen for it.
I mean, how can you not? Look at what Senzo's options are. If that first touch, he has got full reign. Wants to put it top right, wants to put it top left. He can if he wants to. You know you have to go. And for that challenge, as nice as you like, it's just the threat, isn't it? It's just the I can, but I'm not going to, and now you feel silly.
Yeah, definitely a mistake by Moist with the unnecessary double commit. Sometimes you're pretty much guaranteed a clear ball with certain angles of double commits. That one, not so much. They're just both coming in from the same angle, really. So you've got to have a bit more trust in defense. They certainly did in game one.
Joyo's just going to shadow for the time being, but Venom gets there first. Looks for a redirect off the wall, which has seemingly been the play of the game. Game one and this one. Joyo now taking his time. Does have Juicy over to his right. Didn't take advantage of that. Instead, it's now Cash. Can recover actually from there and almost managed to clip the ball. Venom against Joyo. Joyo's got Senzo starting to barrel down.
Well
what a play! Utilize the 2v1.
Yeah, really nicely done. So on the last play, Senzo did not pass to the obvious player, and Joyo was actually ready on the backboard. This time, the pass is prioritized from Twisted Minds, and Joyo's not prepared for it. Nice little switch up there. It was a solo play on the last go. Now it's a team play, and it's 2-0 for Twisted Minds.
This is a lovely position, though, for Joyo to find himself in. Didn't quite catch the ball, though, but he's still going to keep going. And the slowdown actually caused a few hassles there for Twisted Minds. Now Cash, stealing reset. No boost, however. Realized that if he did commit, he was going to be very late back. It's another great challenge. Joyo's turn. 2 minutes left on the clock. Still no goals here for Moist Esports. They've got to get something going, and they certainly need to make sure that this doesn't go in!
You give a meaner player a little bit of space to air dribble, you better be paying attention to the bump. Cash did not get out of the way of this one. Venom just stayed close enough to the ball to cover it, and it is 3-0. Moist falling apart in the second game.
Cannot give that up for free. Now the kickoff. Venom gets swiped out of the way. Joyo off the backboard. Can Senzo get a good touch? Not only can he do that, he can follow it up. Reset, and any of the spice that Moist Esports were trying to put in from that kickoff seems to have dissipated. How good Twisted Minds are at just slowing this gameplay down. They now know that with the lead that they've got, they don't need to go for wild open plays. Every single play that they're doing right now usually ends with a challenge.
Yeah, they've got those 50-50s to fall back on. It's not just an offensive resource, it's a good way to play a safe defensive final minute. Like you mentioned, Joyo losing control. It's Venom again, but Cash in the recovery takes it away from him. Joyo trying to get involved in the midfield here. Almost creates enough chaos for Juicy to get a clean shot on net. As we approach the final minute, the 3-goal lead stands firm. Tight angle double from Cash. Just spills out to Joyo after the save. This is good enough from Twisted Minds. They're not really doing a lot with counter-attack threats, but they don't need to when they're already up by this kind of goal line.
No, if anything, Twisted Minds would be happy just to loiter back here. Very difficult to open up a 3-man defense, especially with how good recoveries are these days. Just by the time you get one save, 2 more players have managed to get back. Moist Esports, time ticking away. They need a play like this to cause some chaos, and it was certainly not a bad try, but Twisted Minds seem to have this thoroughly under control. Double commit this time around, no problem whatsoever.
Yeah, boost has really not been a problem for Twisted Minds this entire time. They're just doing what they need to do here to get across the line. But, yeah, Moist are going to need to mix it up a bit more in order to get goals against that kind of defensive setup from Twisted Minds at the end of the game. You know, whether it's passes, whether it's demos, whether it's boost steals, you can't just go one at a time in Rocket League anymore and hope that you can get a 1v2, 1v3. Like you mentioned, recoveries are too good. Boost management, too good. You've got to find ways to make your opponents uncomfortable. Game 2, Moist couldn't do it at all. It's actually a lot.
So here we go for game number 3. Reminder as well, best of 7s throughout the entirety of the Swiss stage, and both teams will have access to timeouts. No real need to call one for now. Juicy finds himself a little bit too far forward on the play, so he could follow up. That's kind of been an issue a few times here for Moist Esports. They've got players around, they just can't quite gauge how they're supposed to approach afterwards. The challenge and the way the ball is bouncing is always just a little bit wrong for them.
Chance here for SMW, lovely little wall dash there to get that unexpected burst of speed. The attack ends at that. Well played, Venom just slotting it past one man. It's always risky to go for outplays on the infield there, as I'm sure Oxygen will tell you after their loss they've just suffered in match 1 of the day. This is really a good, convincing argument of a 3-team region, if there ever was one. Maybe more right now, coming out of Mina with Falcons in Rule 1. Looking convincing as of late. Demo, and actually just a parking maneuver there by Venom. Not often you see an aggressive parking maneuver in Rocket League, as he just placed himself awkwardly in front of the defender, denying any advance, and it's a bad clear from Moist. 1-0 Twisted Minds.
Let's have a look at how this went down. So it's a bit of a calamity over in the corner. Juicy leaves it, and Cash is hitting the reverse button. And if you know anything about this level of Rocket League, hitting the reverse button is usually a sign that it's not gone very well.
Yeah, he just, drove forward unnecessarily. They're very awkward position, and he had boost as well. So to get a clear, that really does go nowhere. Very disappointing from Cash there. So Moist give away a goal that's far too easy. Now SMW, as said so, might be about to do the same thing, but it spills free to Venom. Well, he almost gets to pass Juicy in the counter. Oh, this is a messy game 3 so far defensively for both teams, but will it change anytime soon? That was another team bump there by Twisted Minds, and it's gone in their favor again. It's the second time in a row that they've driven into each other and then had a scoring chance immediately afterwards.
Twisted Minds do a great job of not trying to take the direct route. They're happy just to pop the ball into more difficult spots for themselves to play, as long as it keeps the ball away from Moist Esports. Having a little bit of a look towards the orange side of the field. It was only brief. Off the corner, SMW realizes he's got Senzo behind him, leaves it for his teammate. He was going to try and just drop the ball down.
Yeah.
Well covered there by Moist, but not really a bit of praise that they'd actually... What? Oh my goodness! That was, I'm going to say, too confident.
That'd be good try by Juicy. A brave clear across the goal line there from Venom. Now, where's this one going? It's off the post. Juicy's going to be there to it first. Well, chances at both ends of the field, and not conventional chances at this level.
Very scrappy here in game number 3. Given the way the last game went, I'd say that's almost a good thing here for Moist. You don't want Twisted Minds to keep that level that they had. And we see the shot. Juicy sails by it. Although that's skimmed, kissed the front of the goal, doesn't quite go in. Twisted Minds maintain their 1-goal lead, but Moist Esports will not want to give up this position.
If Moist fans are on the edge of their seat from the last one, they've probably all fallen off their chairs by now. They've been so close. And still no goal in 8 minutes of gameplay when we look back at the last game as well.
It's going to be Juicy's to claim. Still SMW made contact. Cash actually faked it out, so here comes Joyo, passes to Juicy. SMW read that so quickly. Knew that the fake was coming in. A couple of demos. Venom allowing a bit of breathing room now for Twisted Minds, and that's a clean B off the backboard, and Juicy had to make contact.
Okay, once again, Juicy with important touches in defense, but now he's been taken out of the game. It's Venom against Cash. Good 50 by Cash. Just buy some time for Juicy to respawn. Stop the Twisted Minds' aggressive push. It has been the scrappiest game so far. I think Twisted Minds have gotten away with a couple of mistakes in defense, but so have Moist. So the fact that it's only 1-0 is very surprising.
For me right now, Moist Esports, the second man has been the big problem. The read is just never correct as Senzo looks to go past everybody. Cash on the goal line. He says, if you can't bump me, you won't beat me.
Just 50 seconds left for Moist. It's now 9 minutes and counting without a goal. A team that scored 4 in game 1.
Now left. Joyo, 0 boost. Wants to go low. Didn't have a choice on the matter. SMW not realised how open the goal was. Either way, happy to just not see the ball on the orange side of the field.
Bit of an overhead there by Senzo. Wanted to catch up to the ball, but they're going to be fine in this position. Nice lateral spread by Twisted Minds, covering clears in both angles. Joyo cutting around in midfield to try and create some chaos. And there it is. How can this one work out for them? It's intercepted by Joyo again. Sent back into the mix. Only Venom's got a lot of boost to play with here. Senzo on nothing. Takes it all the way to the Moist end.
And again, Moist Esports can only get one phase of play. The follow-ups are just not happening for them. Running out of time. Joyo, ball taken away. Will be a target man if needed. Juicy and Cash go for it. Nobody will be able to lay claim. Juicy tries to scramble, but there is no chance. As you mentioned, this is almost perfect stylistically for Twisted Minds. You've got a team that want to go for the solo outplays against a team that love challenging solo outplays. So if they can go for some direct passing, some booming clears, just open some space up for yourself where it's not quite as obvious, and that pre-jump for Twisted Minds isn't as simple to go for.
Yeah, and I think it's why you look back to game 1, how were Moist scoring? They scored with a low shot under pre-jumping defenders, and then the mind games started working out well. Twisted Minds were looking at the player on the ball, not looking at the next guy coming in to collect the ball after the fake. But yeah, Moist, after that timeout, I think probably just saying to themselves, we're good enough to beat this team. We're good enough to score goals. It's, you know, it does happen every now and then where you just have a difficult passage of play between a game or two. Don't expect to see drastic changes from them. But they do need a good start to kill this Twisted Minds momentum.
Really need this opening goal. Senzo steals the 100 boost and then Shadow's on his way back. Very efficient from him, but now he's going to need to support the rest of the squad. And again, I'm just looking towards these positions and figuring out, all right, what is the plan for Moist Esports? Where's the follow-up? Well, a little bit too much follow-up there. Not entirely sure Juicy required a Shadow. There's Cash. Oh, Joy almost found it. 3 flip and so close.
And that would have been really, really annoying to deal with for Twisted Minds. So they're delighted to see it. Didn't land. Senzo with another mind game in front of net. 50-50s wide into the corner. SMW now looking to get it into the center. Boost runs dry. It looks like Senzo had to go all the way back there to pick up 100. He's back in the play now. Joyo once again looking to collect those midfield plays. He's done well here, but it's denied by Twisted Minds. Yeah, I'm liking Joyo's presence in the midfield. Just breaking rotation every now and then to pick up the pieces. Get that second ball after it bounces off a Twisted Minds player.
Well, scoreline doesn't say everything, but out of the last few games, he has consistently been the last one on the board. And now Cash is in a rough spot. He needs some help. He's got Joyo behind him. Ball pops out. Nice use of the width of the field. Joyo will need somebody to get over, and Juicy has completely misread what was going to be presented to him.
Yeah, it's tough to predict a double reset, to be fair, especially one that's launched into the middle as quickly as that. Senzo with a big dunk. Is he going to recover back to this? No, Juicy will collect. I don't want to keep saying it, but we're now actually at over 12 minutes. No Moist goals. When is that one going to come? I feel like after they get one goal, they're just going to remember, okay, yeah, that's how we do it. That's how we put it between the posts. It looks like it's going to be Twisted Minds. Oh no, Senzo skies an open net. That was, I think, at least partially open.
It was worth a go. It was definitely worth a go on target. And maybe even a misplay from Twisted Minds is enough to get Moist Esports up and running. Joyo stealing, reset. Far too tricky with that play. Senzo decided to just go straight to the ball. Now the bump attempted, not gonna work. Good positioning though here from Moist Esports. The most offense we've seen from them. Joyo beat clean. Cash just lays it over to his teammate who's got time to work with. Pass to Juicy. They really want that passing play to work. It's been unchallenged a few times, but the execution is off.
Yeah, Moist have had some great chances in this game. This is much better from them, putting the pressure on Twisted Minds. Here comes Twisted Minds again. They've got the passing option. Venom uses it as a distraction. Moist have stopped him short of anything really getting started. Joyo once again finding success with his solo plays, but only to get past that first man. Joyo up now. That's uncontested. That's in the net. 1-0 after almost 14 minutes without a goal. Moist remember how to score, and look at that pass by Juicy, a little stealing pitch center ball.
They just swapped roles. Joyo to Juicy wasn't working, so why not work with Juicy to Joyo? 1-0 Moist Esports, and the drought has been lifted.
And will the floodgates open now? Line game and defense by SMW. It's 50-50 as well. Really a lackluster game from Twisted Minds with chances, but there's another one. Senzo making up for it earlier. Oh, it's gone in off the defender. That's a bit unfortunate for Moist. Not really much they can do there. Senzo just mind games Cash and then forces it into Joyo, who had no idea what was happening in front of him. He just had to jump and hope. But hope wasn't enough. It's in their net.
But I want to give full credit to Senzo there, because what's the worst that can happen? If he goes for the outplay, every chance Moist Esports can then play the speed of the ball to the opposite side of the field. If he takes it like that, fakes it, and then challenges, the worst that happens is he's waiting for somebody to try and follow up in front of the goal. It's brilliant mind games from Senzo. What a Rocket League IQ.
Yeah, it's been working all series long. Just these mind games in front of net. Moist have panicked several times. This is another chance for them. Looks like maybe a team pitch clearing the ball there for Moist. Only as far as Venom. He wants the center ball. It's too slow to really be too much of a threat. Twisted Minds circling now. That's a miss from Moist. That's a fake from Twisted Minds. They've got all the options in the world, but the shot is directly at Joyo.
Now we play to the opposite side of the field, or Senzo gets his own way. He unfortunately won't this time around. Off the backboard. Venom had to respond quick. Juicy takes the shot. And Venom is equal to it yet again, but Moist Esports won the final opportunity to go to them. It's actually off a miss, and we will go to overtime for the second time.
And what a critical game this is for Moist. Timeout has been used. They do not want triple match point against them. No one does, especially in these circumstances. They'll feel like this game got away from them. Nice recovery by SMW. He's bumped away from the double tap. And Juicy covers any potential follow.
I mean, they might even feel like the last game went against them, considering the way they conceded was definitely against what they will consider their best. Juicy retreats back. So much of Moist's actual success has come from the passing plays, just spreading out laterally and trying to find one another. That's where Twisted Minds have struggled to cover them. Can Moist find another one of those? Juicy pops the ball only as far as Senzo. He's going to keep going. SMW now tasked with moving on in. Senzo again, he might have some options. Instead, they're going to back down.
Yeah, Senzo just stole the boost there and left the ball for his teammates. Fake called there by SMW, but nobody behind him ready for it as Cash accepts the one possession donation, and that's not the clear angle that Twisted Minds need to be using. Straight at Moist. Moist haven't really done too much with it either. They've allowed Twisted Minds in here. Juicy just trying to keep the ball in the back corner. Has eventually gone center, and Joyo with a mind game and defense to take it into the Twisted Minds end. A very defensive line there from Twisted Minds, giving Moist the midfield, showing that they've got some adaptations of their own.
Twisted Minds keep going for the fakes. Moist Esports just have to resist that urge to hit the jump button.
Side flip.
Senzo, well, yeah, he does side flip. Nobody around for Moist, but this might be their opportunity. Down to Juicy. Puts the ball wide, but Moist Esports can build from here. Left, and instead SMW will clear.
Yeah, it looks like this is appearing to be more of a nerve-wracking game as Senzo just side flip there under no pressure. He's up very early here. Joyo just shoots it past him. It's a double commit for Twisted Minds. Senzo pre-jumping with absolutely no boost in the tank. Joyo with the air dribble, but past it is defended well. SMW getting himself in the way of it.
And Cash thinks better of trying to turn around. He had the boost, just did not have the confidence. And the car for a moment there. Now Joyo, backboard, Juicy!
Oh, a save!
Kept out, now Twisted Minds look to try and break away. Midfield, though, still belongs to Moist Esports. Now Joyo tries yet again. Find a little bit of success. There's that wall. Juicy instead gets contact on the ball, goes low on the challenge on the post. Who's gonna fall? Another challenge! He resets it! Cash was just too big.
Oh, that's a key moment of the series right there. It's a flip reset 50-50 by Cash to then give himself a fall. Using their mechanics, using their speed, using their efficiency.
We just saw the admin checking the watch. It is time for game number 5. Who is going to lay claim to double match point in a very important round of this Swiss stage? You get through this, you got 3 lives and only 1 win required. You lose this, you're kind of sent in with the Sharks with everyone that's at 1-1.
Yeah, there's going to be some teams everyone wants to avoid coming out there with Team Secret. I think looking very impressive yesterday against Space Station despite taking it out. Oh, that's not the touch that Moist need right now. In fact, it's not a touch at all. What on earth happened here? Juicy's been stellar today in defense. I think maybe he's thinking about how to secure the boost and the ball in 2 minds perhaps, and forgot that the ball's definitely the priority there. You can't let that one bounce.
You might just say that his mind got a little bit twisted. You're not going to give me that one at all, are you?
I thought I was giving it to you with silence there, just silent appreciation.
I don't think that's how it works. I'm sorry. No way, Twisted Mind. They will take what they are given, and it was a gift. Cash. Oh my goodness, what a play that is. Cash is so good at just reading the animation of the flip forward. He just understands the exact timing of when he's going to catch the ball. He is now in yet again and wiped out for his troubles. There are demos everywhere here for Twisted Minds. As Venom just slows the play down. No boost, all right, no speed.
I love it. He knew that no challenge was coming immediately there. Hold that thought. Cash almost scoring a triple tap, but yeah, Venom had no boost, so he did not have any intention of trying to go for a flick out play. But he's trying to show Moist, hey, look at me, I've got the ball on top of my car, I'm going to flick it, just kidding, low 50-50. So he's even thinking ahead there to bait the challenge. And speaking of low 50-50s, that one's led to an unmissable shot. SMW with the single jump pop on target. And Moist have to see that one coming. What is Cash doing on the outside of the ball there? That's just not the angle you need if you're trying to play it safe. Twisted Minds 2-0 and easily, if I might add.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't had to outplay for either of them, really. The Moist Esports, we saw how much they struggled trying to get back in once Twisted Minds had a 2-goal lead, 3-goal lead. Well, it's the exact same storyline as game number 2.
Well, this has just gone completely wrong for Moist. The demo lands on second man, Joyo lunges as third, and if any kind of 50-50 bouncing into the middle or towards your goal is a losing position there. So Moist have just completely failed. We've had one, I think, mistake from each of them, leading to 1 goal for Twisted Minds, and you can't afford to give away these easy goals against.
I mean, this is the sort of goal line that you're already looking at and going, how are you going to get back from this?
Yeah.
Like, they need something so quickly, especially the way that Twisted Minds have defended. Not a team that's just going to hand you away freebies. So they're going to have to get to work here. Joyo looks to go the entire way. Look how early SMW was up. I love that one angle there. Just to show how early it is. And that might actually be number 4. All right, Joyo is back.
I'm thinking surely that's not open, is it? No, not again. But Moist do have a defender in position to stop what would have been another embarrassing goal. Still a long time left in the game, though. Moist back in scoring ways after last game. Joyo, in field, is defended well by Sense. That wastes actually so much time, and he gets back to it before Juicy can punch it in.
It's just a frustrating timing for Moist Esports. As Joyo has an argument with the floor. Bounces up. Juicy too close to it, and that is going to be number 4.
Oh, dear.
Not for the first time. Players are too close to the pass.
Oh, Juicy's just totally missed as well. He had boost to spare on that play, just misread the bounce. Did not adjust accordingly after realizing where the ball's going. Twisted Minds, they won't believe their luck right now. 4 goals to 0, and none of them have been difficult. I especially after last game, I can't believe that this has happened.
Well, not to continue throwing under the bus, but Twisted Minds have the same amount of goals as Juicy has points.
Oh no. Oh no, you can't do that to the man.
He's up to 8. Yeah, he's up to 16 points now. Okay, we ain't got to worry about this anymore.
Twisted
Minds will not score 16. Okay?
Unbelievable.
I've had bad predictions this split, but that one will not be going wrong. As Joyo looks to try and get a fancy goal off the backboard, just try anything to go right for them.
Juicy's 4, he's 10x his point. He's on 52.
He's on the way over.
He's a second half of the game player. Here he comes. Juicy is on his road to 100 points now after only being on 3 minutes into the game. What a 30-second spree this has been. In fact, can he get even more? No, he can't. Yes, he can, in fact. He is going to get the assist. There's Joyo with the goal. Still time for Moist as Juicy comes to life. 104 points. Forget about 4, Shogun. He's added another 100 to the tally, as if he heard you.
Always happen to be proven wrong. Often am, actually, as Moist Esports. So they've got off the kickoff. You're a residential kickoff expert here. Where do you rank Moist kickoffs in terms of you need something with 30 seconds left, you need 2 goals. Do you trust them to get something going?
You know, it's straight away, I'll say that they're immediately at a disadvantage because they don't have a S-tier 1s player. You know, when you've got an S-tier 1s player on the kickoff, the other team has to worry about just a crushing kickoff win where you have to cover the direct goal off a close cheat. So that's the disadvantage for Moist. Obviously, they've got creativity.
Oh, Juicy's going for him. He's got him!
Oh, Joyo! Double damage, Moist, pinball goal for Moist, and now look at the time. This is winnable.
I'm going to start getting people at me here saying, have a go at my favourite player. He'll start playing fantastically, and that is the first time. We've seen that situation a few times now. That's the first one that has actually gone Moist's way.
I love the air dribble bump pass, though. You've got to just go all in situations like this. You've got to force the issue. You know, if Moist have got the flashy plays, they need the other plays as well. It was the mind games in game 1. It's the physical play right there. Team plays, obviously something they're known for. It's adaptation for Moist is the key to keep Twisted Minds thinking and have the Twisted Minds overthought.
Okay!
Well, that was another easy goal, but this time it's Moist who are the beneficiary.
There's no way. There's absolutely no way.
Bang, what a finish.
Twisted Minds, 4 goals to the better, have now got 37 seconds to try and hold on, otherwise we might go to overtime.
This is perhaps the most bizarre game you're going to see all weekend.
I thought I had bottle job of the season all locked up. This might be about to change. Oh, Cash is actually on it!
Oh! Not quite, but that looked like it was, I think, a better chance than some of the goals we've seen so far. 20 seconds to go.
Off the backboard. Juicy chases down. It's actually a nice spot. Who's there first?
Oh, my pass!
To Joyo!
What just happened?
What have we witnessed?
What a pass by Cash, though.
And what a way to tie it up. Forget about overtime. This keeps up. This might get done in regulation.
Moist, we're down 4-0. Perhaps the 4 worst goals we've seen a team concede back-to-back, but it's not over yet. Hold on a second. They've got some defending to do.
Off the wall. Senzo looks to try and set up. Joyo just has to try and keep it away, but that was a very heavy first touch, and it's invited Twisted Minds in, who are loitering, waiting, and will let the ball drop.
They thought about it for a second there, but game 5 is decided in overtime. Who's going to give another free goal away is probably the best question to ask. It might be Twisted Minds with that kind of clear. No, Venom covers it well.
See what Moist can do now that they know that they have a
goodness.
chance in this. And Senzo, who has been rock solid this series, is now making mistakes. They try the infield yet again. Joyo tries to just go back. Neither of these teams want to give up a freebie. Venom pops the ball on, but Joyo keeps control.
Oh, that's a nice outplay by Joyo. And, you know, with Twisted Minds flopping around in defense, Moist should just keep on putting the ball in the middle. You never know what's going to happen. Momentum has swung so strongly in Moist's favor. Not just mentally, but visually as well. Joyo, 50-50 middle. Pre-jump, not necessary. Venom with a quick recovery.
And Venom wipes out the follow-up. Senzo with control. It's actually a late comeback here from Venom, who has now had the ball passed over to the side to pinch it. That doesn't quite work. Well, I like that Twisted Minds aren't letting it get to them. They're still going for some creativity.
I feel like they might have let it get to them at some point in this game.
I'm trying to find some positives here, my friend.
Twisted Minds, you got their minds in a twist, but can they recover? Double commit would suggest no. Cash for the pop middle. This, you know, this is just about solidifying a hold on. Okay, Moist have shut the door on what would have been another horrendous goal to concede. Can Twisted Minds do likewise? It's on target, so you never know, but Senzo gets the easy rookie goalie save.
The wall, Cash. Oh, he's not got up! And SMW will spare Twisted Minds their blushes. They have got the win, and they'll wonder how on earth it was this difficult.
That's a well-placed shot, to be fair, SMW. Shot done.
Well, Champions Field does loom. And it is double match point for Twisted Minds, and it's off the post, it's off the post, it's off the crossbar, it's in the goal.
The quick lesson in physics there. The spin of the ball denying Venom the goal. It looks like it's going in. Nope, it just spins out. Luckily for them, Senzo's first on the scene. Moist conceding another pretty easy goal there. You cast your mind way back to the start of last game. I know all you remember right now is Twisted Mind's conceding goals like that. That's what Moist did last game. They really want to get some kind of different vibe going in the rainy Neo Tokyo.
Joyo had a little bit of an argument with the post. Does at least win temporarily. As Juicy, I have an intake of breath when I see Juicy on that post, and this is why he didn't get rid of it cleanly. And Twisted Minds double up.
It's another inside of the post masterclass from Twisted Minds. Senzo quickly into the middle. This time it's Venom is there to put his shot in. 2-0, Moist in a bit of trouble here. Actually, I take it back. They're
this
fine.
is where they want to be.
They're fine.
They're going to let 2 more in.
Yeah, give Twisted Minds another couple of goals. No big deal. The comeback will swiftly follow.
Still run back. Moist Esports. On a more serious note, we'll be wondering why is our form like this at the moment. One moment they look like world beaters. Other times they look like they just don't really know what they're supposed to be doing on the field. I mean, what version of Moist are we going to get for the last 4 minutes?
It really is just the pressure of the occasion. Both teams actually, I think started off. Game 1 was quick fire back and forth with some heavy hitting goals and heavy hitting plays, but it's really fallen off, which is sometimes the opposite of what happens. Teams often start with a bit of a nervous game 1, then get into the swing of things, but I feel like all these misplays have started to breed almost, and they've started to misread each other on the pitch right now. Nobody's comfortable in the lobby.
I asked you in game number 1 whether or not this style of play would have a breaking point, where if it's just going too quick and mistakes are piling up and you just don't want to do it anymore. We've seen both teams reach their breaking point. Usually it's just one and they start to control the pre-jump game. Both teams seem to have just had their moments. Now what's surprising is Twisted Minds back down, because they weren't conceding anything too silly off their pre-jumps.
Yeah, the pre-jumps in defense have been key to keep Moist at bay, and not just the pre-jumping challenges, but pre-jumping saves as well. Twisted Minds have had some great reads with Moist arrival time, especially cutting off some of the angles Moist are creating. Okay, here come Moist again. Joyo's just tried to take SMW out of the game there. SMW staying very much in the game.
Venom just moves on. Very often we go to Venom's camera, he's on 0 boost, but it doesn't seem to affect him all that much. He's a happy player as that post, and this is a big opportunity. Joyo could not have asked for it any better. Infield to Cash goes early, off the backboard, it drops! It was so awkward, but Joyo still had it on target, and Twisted Minds had to be there.
Oh, now how open is this? SMW, he's put it in. What a shot by SMW. Senzo quickly transitioned this one from defense to attack, disposed of Juicy. SMW snipes the left side of the goal. Cash had the other half covered. It's 3-0 Twisted Minds.
Quick Moist Esports, just let another one go in. That way you'll have plenty of time to work with. So, we saw the 4-goal comeback. Will we see a 3-goal comeback here from Moist Esports? Off the wall, Cash is on an off angle here. Can't follow it up. Pioneers up 2-0 now. And what could be a 2-0 day for OCE. Power obviously getting their win earlier on. Oh, he went so early this time. Cash is still loitering. What's really impressed me is Twisted Minds playing the ball on the half rotation back. They just always come from an area that most esports can't see them.
Oh yeah,
it's just catching them out.
We've seen a lot of very encouraging signs from Twisted Minds today. If we forget for a second all of these obviously nervous-looking plays.
Whoops moments.
Yeah, if we just put aside all of them, I know that's quite a lot to ask. They've actually had a lot of very, very convincing plays to write home about. Some decisive goals being created, some extremely confident challenges. When you look at the play style and the game plan,
nice.
It looks like the full package. Cash is just, I think he's just ran out of momentum there, but it's back into the middle. Joyo off the bar, and SMW catches it.
Cash ran out of momentum. Moist Esports are running out of time. 1:05 on the clock. They've had offensive pressure. Senzo leaves it, and even the fake out is not going to work for Moist Esports. Now Juicy with a pre-jumping Joyo, and even that is not enough. You can see how far back Cash is, and that actually works for him. Looks for the backward pre-jump there from Venom. They've got the follow. They've got their first.
And it eventually came. Patience for Moist. Working out this time. Cash dropping it down. Joyo coming in from an angle that gives them plenty options in front of him. Timing is key for Moist. 45 seconds to go.
It's a nice kickoff for them, but Juicy couldn't meet it. Usually pretty happy if you lose that ball back corner. Double commit as well. Venom takes the ball away from the oncoming player, but Cash actually had it read. Moist Esports will need a goal with at least a second on the clock.
Oh, well played by Senzo. That's wasted a lot of those seconds.
Off the backboard, Senzo to put the series away. And it looks like he's done exactly that.
Senzo advancing aggressively in the closing stages. Not the nervous, sit-back defensive performance we saw in Game 5, conceding goal after goal. Twisted Minds have led from start to finish in Game 6. They're going to keep Mina's record perfect in the wildcard.
Lesson learned from Twisted Minds. With a 3-goal lead, 10 seconds on the clock. For anyone that once thought Mina was a one-team region, they've got 3 powerhouses on the world stage, marching on to the next round.
And not only that, with NA playing against NA later on today, G2S.